Welcome back, Kane's Corner. I'm with Jackson from Australia. I don't even know what episode it is anymore. I really, honestly, don't care. I'm pretty tired today, so we're gonna gut this one out. But early morning for you, Jackson. How's the morning over there? Looking good. Nice,
Beautiful
lots
day.
of sunshine. Yeah, Australia's
Correct.
some kind of place.
Coming into summer,
Good
daylight
for you.
savings has just kicked in. Yeah, so it's you need to try and find a way to be like one of those people that spend the American summer. Then you're rich enough to come over here in your Australian house and spend summer here.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I got a message from your partner, Tim Smith. He wanted to reach out, make sure. He said you're a good guy. You don't want to step on any toes. He wanted to know when the release of Kane's Corner would be, so he could, kind of work around it. This guy's a sweet guy.
This is overnight. This is today.
He just gave it to me maybe I don't know, an hour ago.
Okay, I'm surprised he doesn't message you every day.
Funny guy. So you did the show with him, right? You guys have done one show so far.
Yeah, we're recording tonight, our time. So
it was a very
morning tomorrow for him.
The guy's an interesting guy, huh? I didn't expect that to be like that. I still think it's funny that he doesn't want to show his face. Nobody's gonna know who you are, buddy. Don't worry. Whatever.
Can I just say I think he's gonna show his face. He was supposed to show it last time, but I don't know if it's a bit. It could be a bit. It's like vodka with his fucking.
Oh, how great was that, huh? How great was that? Oh, it's fun.
So I think I just need to get Tim drunk enough. I think maybe that's the key.
What is he like? Scared to just? Is he worried about work or?
No, I don't think so. But maybe, maybe I don't fucking know. He says some pretty outlandish shit. I don't know. When he talks about work, he seems to be the man. So I don't think he's really worried about that sort of stuff. But again, it could be. He's a very smart guy. So I think it could just be a big bit.
He kind of he is almost exactly like he is on air on Twitter, though, which is funny. He's a very interesting person. I want to get him on. So I wanted to. I kind of lashed out at him. I shouldn't have done that. But Tim, we gotta get you on, buddy. I know you're busy with your new show. So is this the only show you're thinking about doing? Is the one with him? You have any other? You've been thinking about any other different shows?
No, I don't want to. I know it seems like I go on every show. I'm a network core. That's fine to say.
That's right. That's fine.
It's really just the hangouts. It's the hangouts I like doing, and then I love doing. The new thing is the Aussie Minifan show. I love. I think we got some serious chemistry. That Jamie's back in the world.
Is he going for the Guy Fieri look? Is that what he's trying to do? Because it's spot on. And I'm a big Guy Fieri guy, but
well, after
got that dialed in.
After the first show, he copped a lot of comments like that, and I think he might have taken it as criticism.
Wow,
so he goes,
really?
I'm gonna dye my hair, and we're all saying, nah, man, he looks sick. It looks fantastic.
That's awesome. Yeah, he really does look well. So,
and it's perfect because the way he sits in his room, he's got the light shining right in his face, so he has to wear the sunglasses.
All right. Yeah. No, it was. What are you thinking about the show? So. Manners has been on an interesting little run the past couple of weeks. I saw Beanbag Ron shred him last night, which I thought was interesting because Ron was kind of brought up by Manners. I know Ron said to me too. He's like, you should go on the other network. And the bottom line is I am a very loyal person, so I could never do that. I would always stick behind Manners, but there is. He kind of made some decent points. Manners kind of before was a guy that kind of was in the shadows more than he is now. He is on a lot of stuff. So I watched the Aussie Minifan show. What do you think the dynamic is right now? Do you think it's more of? It seems like you and Jamie are having a little more fun than Manners, to be quite honest. Manners is normally, he has a way of he's the best. He's the best there is, but he has a way of seeming very disinterested in any content that he's doing. At times,
that is true. He hates his own shit. He's on the show. He complains the whole time. Can I just firstly say you're going to cop a lot of criticism for just saying that? Oh, he's been in the background in the past, and he's not going to.
Well, no, I don't mean in a good way. He didn't just go on with anybody. He kind of picked his spots, and now he seems like he's You know, maybe it's an Australian thing. They're all whores.
He's going on with anybody. Oh, okay, right, okay.
No, you guys haven't. I like the show, but I mean, what do you think about the dynamic so far? The first couple have been very good.
Well, he's like doing the opposite of what the facts criticism has been, which is he just plays point guard. He puts the question out there and he lets everybody riff.
Sure.
I think he does a great job on that, because one thing that people would often say about Manners is he doesn't shut the fuck up, and he wants to be in the limelight. So I think maybe that's why the dynamic works so well. We kind of bowl him over a little bit.
It's a very good show. Very good. I mean, I enjoyed it both immensely. So I guess we'll transition to another show that hasn't been on the air. Open Borders. It's gone. I couldn't. I had a couple. You know, I was feeling good the other night, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go on with this fucking moron and see what he has to say, because he really hasn't answered the question.
No, and I mean, you ask him straight up. You say, why won't you do it? Do you hate the guy? You know, and
that's right.
He just goes, and because he's got the 5-man panel, so he can just ignore you and he can mute you, and then he moves on to Freddie Lynn, and Freddie Lynn talks about how you've changed the topic. Yeah. So we're in a lose-lose, but that's why I wanted to do this with you, because you clearly have the right instinct that Luke is a problem.
Sure.
I think you realize that Luke's a liar about all this.
He's absolutely lying. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't want to believe he doesn't like you, because honestly, Jackson, you're one of the best people in the world. Like, to not like you would be shocking in a way. Like, I mean, you don't really bring any vibes or something. Like, I understand why people don't like me. I get it. If he's like, I don't like the guy. I mean, the show, at first I didn't really, as I started listening to him more, I really got into it. So does he think he just doesn't like you? I mean, I can't believe it's that simple, right?
Well, let me just firstly say, I don't want to come across like a bitch, because like he's been going through the shits the last couple months. Like he said it to you. He lost his job. You know, his life's been a bit tough. But I'm always gonna like the guy. I'm not saying like I want him to apologize or anything, but you know, actions speak louder than words. Like if he sort of turns a leaf a little bit, you know, and wants to get back into it, I'd
sure
discussion. But I think he fucking cops a lot of hate, and you know, and I think that he can't fucking handle it. And I don't know if he can like see the big picture, but like this show was kind of the biggest thing we were doing. Like,
that's right. I mean, I don't get it.
100 people watch it, but it's not a big deal.
It was starting to grow though a little more.
No, it was, but people forget that like we're just having fun.
I know.
You know what I mean? And if you actually watch the show, I don't get it. I thought we had chemistry, and I thought it went really well. Like I thought we had a great time, honestly. But
Luke, if he could just put it together, could be actually a pretty interesting guy. He seems pretty smart, but his sensitivity is his downfall. He's a very sensitive guy.
Right.
And you saw it the other night. He made a lot of comments. He's been talking shit about me for weeks. So I said, I'm going to go on with this guy. And the only defense he has, he can't fight back. Freddie Lynn, again, was embarrassing too. And Trent just sat there, which I love Trent. He just took shrapnel for no reason. Freddie bailed on the stream, which is totally like, he makes it seem like I was upset. Freddie, I wasn't upset. Like I didn't care if you're gone, it's fine. We worked it out. I was hoping you're going to stay, but shit happens. I mean, I was married. I get it, kids stuff. It's understandable, but he so got sensitive. Luke, all he kept doing was muting. It's like, that's all you can do is mute me, because you really have no argument to anything you're saying. Everything you said was bullshit. Obviously, you got a real problem. You just stopped the show abruptly for whatever reason. If it's for the stuff that you're saying, like he's having a tough time, why not just say it? Why not just come out and say it? Why not give you an explanation? Has he ever reached out and told you anything about why the show stopped?
No, I've same with like you asking him questions. Every time I've gone up to him and said, you know, and it's all in the group chats, you know, and sometimes on streams, because we've clearly had a big issue. He doesn't communicate properly, and I've gone like, why don't we bring it back? And he'll say, you know, like I said, he'll say the same shit of like, I'm going through some shit, and I go, well, why are you doing Mike and the Minifans every fucking second week? You know, why are you starting a new show in the same time he started a new show?
That's right. He's such a phony.
He accepted a role as the producer on the Stern show that, by the way, people could argue that failed because he put in no effort. I mean, it's been put on record many times by Ron, by John, all these guys, Vodka.
Lazy.
He put in no effort. You know, like, and he'd say, "Oh, I'm a soldier ready to go." It's like, you're the producer of the show. Like, why don't you cut some fucking clips and get this shit ready? But he didn't put any effort in. I mean, he said it on the stream on Thursday night that, you know, like he keeps saying shit like, "Oh, he," and I know you said, "Oh, I can see that," but I know it was a bit when Luke goes, "Oh, I did all the preparation. This is all my work. This is all my ideas." Sure. But then later in the stream, and like he said to me personally, and like we've got the DMs, that he put in no effort. He didn't. You watch some of the episodes. He says right at the start, right off the bat, "I've got nothing," and then we'll just play clips and we laugh along, and because we've got the chemistry, we can make it work.
That's right. Like, it's one of those kind of. I mean, I guess I can compare it to the Drips a little bit, but it's one of those shows where if either one of you were gone, it doesn't really work. You know, like I couldn't go in and do what he does. He has a kind of like his brain just a little different, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to do that kind of show, but you two together was really good. And like if you put him with somebody else, it doesn't feel the same either. So I don't think it's really, it was kind of a bit. I'm just kidding, but like he just seems like he has more to the, more to him than what he's giving. And he's just very sensitive. He's like, I don't like you. It's like, you guys, I mean, I can't figure these guys out. I mean, it's not just him, Freddie's another one. Timmy Fax is another one. I like Timmy, but these guys they don't get the show. I really don't think they do. I don't think they understand like exactly what's going on here. Everything that we say, 99% of it is bullshit, right? It's just fun. Busting balls. Right. It's not personal. It's not fucking personal.
That's why I like you though, because like it's clear, like it's very combative. Like that's why I like you and Freddie together, because like you guys.
That's right. It was a good show.
But we're all having fun, I don't know. I
tried to explain that to him. Like, I wanted you to come back on because I thought it went well. Like, if I didn't think it went well, I wouldn't ask you back on. Don't you get it, Freddie? Come on, Fred. Like he had a good show. I thought it was good. I mean, he came in, and then he left that show, which is fine. I mean, I'll have him back on in a second, but they get very like. They take it personal. I don't understand. I guess the internet, man. Like you shouldn't take all this all personal. If I'm attacking your family or something like that, I get it. Nobody's doing that. We're just talking about each other, making fun of each other. You can't even like say like facts now. You can't even bring up the Ted Sarandis list probably to him because you take it personal. Like why do you care? It's like that. That was funny today. I love that. You look at his first four of the downs; they're all like hardcore Republicans. It's like it's so obvious what he's doing. But yeah, no, it's just these guys, they take it very personal. And I don't, maybe it's because maybe for me, it's different because I know how terrible I am. I'm never thinking about, hey, I want to get a job in this. I never even thought about any of that. I just for fun. Right. So you have a different perspective when you just like, it's a hobby. I don't have many hobbies, but this is becoming one of them. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I think maybe somebody like Fax maybe just is hoping to get the Barstool. So maybe that's a different perspective. Maybe it takes it more personal that way. But I can't figure out Luke. I mean, he is the biggest pussy in the world. I mean, there is nobody that's more sensitive than him. And it's sad because you guys together was a good show. He won't answer the questions. He's running. He's ducking. He goes on. He can't fight, so he has to mute. He got asked point blank. He couldn't answer the question. Right. Like, obviously, you're lying. You're lying, Luke. Just tell the truth. I mean, if you're just like, I'm lazy, then it is what it is. But you go on all the other shows, like you said. He is going on the other shows. It's not like he's not putting
out a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, I get called to
hours for hours and hours and hours. Right. I mean, you guys did an hour show, right? It was an hour,
Right.
I don't understand.
And everybody says, anybody who's watched our show knows it's 10 minutes of prep. It's nothing,
Yeah, that's right.
Like we really did. We had a couple of bits. We would. I mean, I've got pages upon pages upon pages of notes that apparently I don't do prep, by the way, but we don't do half of this shit, and we can manage to get fucking an hour and a half out of the way without doing anything serious. But apparently it's too much. So that obviously means that's a lie. I think all the points that he made when getting confronted the other night, like I said about everything he did, everything was his. It's always it's all fucking nonsense, and that. And I think most people know that. So.
It just doesn't work. He couldn't do that show alone. So I mean, I don't understand his point anyway. Like again, it's very disloyal. They tried to run me off with PRC, and I get it. PRC is sensitive. But the bottom line is loyalty means something to me. So like when people are loyal to you, you stick behind them. And that's only
Right.
like Jay's one of those guys that hasn't grasped this yet. Like the only person putting you on the show, Jay, is John from Scranton. Why do you think that is? You know, it's because he's loyal to you, you know?
Can I just say that, like, while I mean, if you go in the chat, you know, the live chat of the show the other night, and just the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have been dumping hard on Luke. Like I've clearly made a turn. But
Good.
Man, if you go back in the last few months when everybody has been shitting on him, number one defender, or Tim's right up there as well as a number one defender and best.
So they don't get along now either, right?
He's also discarded Tim. Yeah, Tim didn't do fucking anything wrong the whole time. Like, don't get me wrong. In a group chat, we have a lot of banter. Like, I'll say, "Oh, you're a fucking nutcase," and we're, you know, whatever. But fundamentally, it is support. It's like, let's screw your head on. Let's get the show back when you're ready. Yeah. And you send an essay, and the guy just doesn't reply to you. One day he'll just crack the shit and he leaves the groups. He'll come back a week later and he'll start a new group and say, "Oh, sorry guys," and you might return with, "Oh, but have you thought about this angle?" And he goes, "Oh, how about you fuck off?" And he'll leave groups. I mean, I've got the receipts, you know. Like
he's a psycho, huh? Fucking just a true psycho. Like, which is great. I mean, it fits good around here.
One time he cracked the shits with us, and because nobody loves him more than John from Scranton. I don't know why it is.
He does, huh?
I mean, one time he came back with a mediation group. He comes back with a mediation group. I mean, I'd have to pull it up really to remember it perfectly.
To be honest, so that's kind of funny, you know. I love it.
It is funny.
Come on, buddy. Fucking lean into this, will you, Luke? You could be a great character if you just leaned into it.
He's got talent.
I know. He really does.
He's got hosting talent. But,
it's annoying that he's so fucking lazy and insensitive that he can't figure it out, which is sad. Like, laziness is a disease, you know, like he has that disease. He's lazy.
It is. But again, if we go back to the style of the show, you can be lazy. Who gives a fuck, you know?
But we haven't, like, I understand though, like from people that don't do any of these shows at all, it's kind of like, you know, either way you look at it, it's part of something you have to put out every week and you feel like you need to put it out. So, I mean, I know it doesn't mean anything to anybody. Like, and it's not like we'll get tons of numbers or anything, but I understand kind of what you're saying, though. It's like that was the one show that really was like a show, you know? So, like, when you lose that, now you're kind of in no man's land, right? So now you're like, all right, you got something going with Tim, you're bopping here, bopping there, bopping there. And it's like you just, for no fucking reason that even makes any sense, you just drop the show. And that's not okay, man. You know what I mean? It's just not.
And that's the thing, like, before he drops the show, like, I don't realize these things in the time. Half of it's because I'm a fucking dummy. But, like, I mean, before the show ends, this is when he starts planning his other show, the so-and-so show. He starts planning the Stern stuff. He starts doing a college football stream.
Okay.
He wants all these things to start up. But, yeah, I don't know. At the same time, he didn't, you know, any interest in me. Yeah, I don't know.
And it was the show that made sense. Like the other ones aren't even established yet. You have a show that's running. You want to keep that.
He's trying to find a niche so that he can fuck me off. I mean, it's pretty.
Obviously, there's something there.
Well,
did anything happen? Was there any, like, is it nothing that's major? Like
he just lost his job and then fucking swirled. He literally swirled.
That sucks losing your job, but I feel bad.
Of course it does.
Tough, you know, but
of course it does. But you know what sucks as well?
It's not Jackson from Australia's fault, though. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, when you're clearly like trying to be fucking supportive, I'm like, hey man, like take a break. And he starts doing all this shit that, you know, I guess I've listed or maybe forgot to list, but it's just it's again, I'd like to say it's frustrating, but I have that same perspective as you, where it's all, I don't really care.
Can make something out of this. Can make something out of this, you know?
Yeah. It's all fun.
It is. I love it.
The Tim thing really is baffling, though. Like, I don't understand.
Tim's a great guy.
He's never going to watch He's never going to watch the first show that me and Tim did. But I mean, Tim is the biggest Open Borders fan, and clearly at the start of the show,
unbelievable. Says, the only reason I know about Open Borders is almost because of him. Be honest,
really,
he pumped it.
Well, he's a big
pumped
Kane
that
guy.
show.
Believe it, he's a big Kane guy. But like he says at the start of the show, like, listen, we're just doing this as a fill-in show until Open Borders comes back. I mean, the name of the show is related to, you know, it's called the Unrelated Show because Luke had a hissy fit to me and John about how it's his intellectual property.
Oh, really? Oh, wow! This is great.
It is great. It's very funny, but it's not a bit. It's not a bit.
No, that's what makes it better.
like I wanted to come back as like open borders or
Yeah.
maybe some sort of pun, open borders 2.0, whatever the hell it's going to be. And what I really wanted to do was just drop the show and not say anything. But then I mentioned it to John, and then Luke found out about it, and he DM'd something nasty. He was not happy about it. Yeah, so I was like, all right, I don't want to cause an actual mental breakdown. So we just went with the unrelated show because it's definitely fully unrelated. So yeah, you make something fun out of it.
That's right. I mean, that's what these guys don't get. Whatever, but anyway, so open borders. We're gonna say right now is pretty much not coming back. It's a dead show, huh?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't expect a fully grown man to send me an apology, but like like I said, actions. Maybe he settles down a little bit and things kind of chill out.
There's a lot of potential with the unrelated show, though. Maybe this would be all for the better, and maybe down the road you add somebody else in to help you out because it's a good, like I'm not saying he's like Luke because he's not sensitive like Luke. He has a way different personality, but he is interesting. Some of the stuff he was talking about,
incredibly funny.
They're great. Yeah, it's awesome. I liked it. I thought it was a good show. I'm excited for that. So that's pretty much what you're working on. What was the Stern show about? I don't know if I looked into that enough. What was that?
I don't really know. I'm not a Stern guy, but as far as I'm aware, it's probably like a why are you laughing?
Okay. So they're gonna break down episodes, or
I think so. Yeah, cutting clips and this and that. But I don't know what the downfall is. But like in the discussions, it was very clear that nobody was cutting clips. Nothing was getting done, and Luke got fired for it.
Oh, he deserves
it. It's a fact. So.
Losing jobs is his name of his game, I guess. Not good. All right, so the network show, you're going to run with that show. It's going to air. You guys are going to record one today. Are you doing it?
Yeah, tonight my time. So Tim will be asleep soon, London time, and then he'll get up. I think we're recording it
Is it easier to record with him than it is from people from the States? Does it work better for you?
It doesn't. It's not really right now. It's 8:22 in the morning. I've had a couple of coffees. I feel fine. Yeah. And then with him, it's a bit more dangerous for me, to be honest, because it's going to be morning for him at 10 a.m. and he's going to be fired up. And for me, it's going to be 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a couple of beers and get a bit fucking silly. And he baits me. And apparently he's got all these clips of me on the stream the other night where I'm drunk.
So when I see you on Mike of the Minifans or Meeting of the Minds, that's in the morning for you, huh? All the time.
Yeah, I usually jump on about 11:30.
Yeah, so you guys are. That's why I mean. You guys are in a different. I hate going on late because at 8 o'clock I'm done.
Right.
9 o'clock, forget it. I remember I went on with Manners. I couldn't even function. I'm
right.
Exactly.
It's
awful. It's 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm just not built for that. But
no, definitely. Yeah, I try. I would like to do 10 a.m. my time, but again, it's getting too late for you guys. It is going to get easier though because I think you guys are going to get rid of daylight savings time. So
yeah,
soon, right now, it'd be 4:23 p.m. your time, which is that makes that perfect. Like a 6 p.m. recording would be 10 a.m. my time. That's a good bit. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's all I'm worried about. That the unrelated show, Aussie Minifan show. That's enough for me. That's
true. I mean, that's good. That's a good little mix right there. I mean, one with a lot of potential, and the other one's already a good show. So yeah, that's true. As long as he keeps running that Aussie Minifan show and keeps pouring himself out. I mean, that's where you want to put your time in, right? In those kind of shows. I mean, he does.
The DMs are going to be flooded, man. You think you cop shit from Mama K?
What the fuck? So I'll get into that now, quick. I want to ask you a question. Maybe it's just an Australian kind of vibe there. I know I've heard him say before that he doesn't think Barstool will work in Australia because it's a little more. I don't know, sensitive is the right
bullshit.
word. All right, I want to make sure.
Do Barstool stuff.
Oh yeah, so I'm trying to wonder. It's probably just him. He has this. He came on. Which show was he on when he talked about this? I think it probably was Meeting of the Minds. I think he was on with a little stretch, and he was saying about Kirk having issues with women, and I asked for some examples. Of course, he didn't give any. So I go do a show with Mama K, and I'll say, well, first of all, this is what maybe I don't know if I'm articulating this the best way I can do it, but one of his critiques was when I'm talking about the GVE show to give some context, and that's fine. I'll take all the coaching. Manners is a star. I mean, I see. I mean, he has a lot. He's a real, actual broadcaster, producer. I get it. I'm gonna take any.
Oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll take any kind of advice you want to give me. That's fine. But he go on with Mama K. He gives me the criticism about let me just pull up the text. I don't want to get this.
Yeah, I got it right in front of me.
I don't want to get.
It is insane. It is insane.
Yeah. So he wants me to give context to listeners. Sometimes you talk in code, which is probably true. Actually, it's not probably. It's definitely true. Meeting of the minds, but explain it for listeners. Now, first off, I get Kane's Corner has maybe 200 people that watch it. Every single one of those people knows what meetings of the mind is. I don't have to give the context. I mean, if I had, if there was people that out there that knew nothing about the show, I understand. And it's actually a good piece of advice. I mean, I understand what he's trying to say. He's only trying to help me. People take manners the wrong way too. I know but he's been a little bitchy lately. And I'm wondering, I've been a little cunty the past like week or so. I don't know. Maybe that Japanese girl is not working out. Lack of sex. Something's wrong. It's a little off. Beanbag kind of said, I like that kind of part of manners when he comes on and just rattles people. I think it's funny. But I can understand where Ron's kind of coming from. It's like they're just having a good chat, whatever, and then he comes in and he's going to stir up shit. And he's been a little grouchy lately. But this Mama K thing is crazy to me. So he basically tells me, all right, let's see.
I don't even get that.
First, he says, "Just be nice to Mama. Just be nice to Mama K." Okay, this is what I wonder about him. So what you're saying is like we're gonna treat her different, but why? The reason I like Mama K.
You're saying Menace is sexist.
I'm saying he's holding back women. Like this is a bad look, because Mama K can take the punches and she gives them back. Yes. If I didn't think she could do that, I wouldn't even have her on the show. I think what he thinks is, he really thinks that people from the outside are going to be like, oh, you look like a dick. Nobody thought that. I went back and I hate listening to myself. I went back and listened to it. And I'm like, I just don't see it. I don't mind taking the criticism, but that was crazy. And for a guy who literally like undresses Lauren Lynn on shows, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. I don't understand this. He's white knight from Mama K. And that's fine. I like Mama K a lot. So I just reached out to her to make sure, and I'm like, "Hey, did you feel like I was like badgering you or making you feel like shit?" And she's like, "No, not at all," and blah blah blah. So she's like, "We'll do it again." She wants to get on with Kevin from Bristol and her, and these are good ideas. Like I like the people around where I live, so we'll get these people on, have fun. I just found it to be very No, he said I did a Kirk impression. I didn't get it. I didn't know what he meant. No. Until he like kind of explained it, and then he's like, I still don't really know what he meant completely. I thought the episode was if you go back and listen, it really I bust balls at her all the time. I'm not really sure what he's talking about. But listen, I love manners. I'll never turn my back on you, my friends. Never, ever. But I think you misread this one.
And you're right. Mama K is very playful. I've been really harsh on her
very
before, and we always interact on Twitter still, so it's no big deal. And can I just say that was her best performance on any show so far? I think she was great. Can I just say, downfall though? Stop asking her about like her work history. Nobody gives a fuck. She just goes for 10 minutes. Like nobody cares. So let's cut that out.
I think we're good. I've got enough of it now. To be honest, I got a little rattled by Freddie. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of shook me off because I had some other things I wanted to do and I couldn't do them. So I had to go back to the well.
Right, I get it. All
right. No, but I get it. We'll do some other stuff. I think she always has some interesting things. I mean, the stories were, unfortunately, they didn't live up to the hype, but she always comes around, and she's very good. I like her a lot. I actually like her, so. That's right.
Of course.
I enjoy doing shows with people you like. You know what I mean? It's more like what I've been thinking about now. It's like I'm sick of like people that are just like, if you're not going to enjoy coming on a show and you're going to be an asshole, like why would I want to do it with you? You know? Right. So,
but when it is combative, it is good though.
That's right. That's right. I like that too. So, so manners.
I was looking forward to this guy.
Oh, fucking what a pussy! Oh my god, he bailed. He's so tough. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I really don't know that he wouldn't respond back to me. So maybe he just figured I was going to like try to like, I don't know, maybe like just like put him in a corner and make him like look like an idiot. I don't know. But yeah, he bailed out. Unfortunate. Yeah, so I think he misread it. I did a great interview with Polar though. I enjoyed that a lot. Greg is a really.
Right.
I can't. He's really a funny guy. I enjoy Greg a lot. So yeah, it was a great interview. I asked
come around
Meadows there.
Didn't like him at first because I'm not a movies guy.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, he'd love to, whenever he could, he'd love to fit in a comment about, something political. He'd put in one.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I don't understand why the Minifans come back with me. It's like, you understand the world, Greg. Let's not play make pretend.
And then he had the best tweet of all time, though. I don't know, to
Which
Trump
one?
or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
He used to call him a lunatic, whatever the fuck it was, like a week ago. Oh, I don't think that was a joke, but God, that's some great shit. And then Montante fucking blew up. You got two psychos.
That was a good video too. Yeah, Montante should do more of that. He's just naturally funny. I mean, just a great third chair. A great guy. I love Montante. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. What was the other thing? So, what's going on with Beanbag Ron's network? I want to get into that a little bit. I love Beanbag. I thought it was an odd move to put that guy for the betting on the shitter on there. I don't know. So I'm in that troll chat. I said something to him. This is how this guy operates. Just for clarification here. I said, hey, I heard Beanbag kind of chucked you off the network, which is not nice, but it's just a joke. And then he writes back to me, I'm gonna send Roxanne a message, who's my ex-wife, and tell her you're posting pictures of your kids in here. That's the kind of level of response we get from a little throwaway line. So that's the guy I don't think you want to represent your network, but he's taking a little break. I think he goes on these little hiatuses when he gets. I don't know his true background. I mean, I love Ron. He's been great to me. I'll support his network. I was just wondering, you think maybe you could bring your show on there, give him a little boost? You're going on the Minahan network, right?
Yeah, well, yes. But Ron's taking a bit of a leave because I think everybody knows that every once in a while in this world, you just need to fucking step away for a sec. So I don't know if it's necessarily that it's tough, but there's a lot of fucking dickheads, and sometimes you just get sick of that shit. But like you are. He started this network because in my theory is because I think that a lot of us thought that John from Scranton might get the producer role.
Yep.
So John started sort of slowly, like there's been a lot of days recently where the meeting of the mice hasn't been put up or
exactly.
It changes days without anybody.
Or the host comes in drunk or stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody gives a fuck.
And I think we all enjoy it. So I think Ron just started his own network so he could just have a bit of fun and do that sort of stuff. And then he started to do his own couple of bits. Again, really, just the first few weeks were just test shows, right? His test shows. But then all these other shows getting added to the network, that's not him. I mean, I know. He ticks things off, right? So all this bets on the pooper and all this sort of shit. That's not wrong. I think it took
him a while to catch on, though. No, I mean, he was just gone, huh? Because that was rolling for like weeks, wasn't it? He was like, what the fuck is this shit? I agree. What are you doing?
I think that was contract negotiations. I think they had to come to a final number. But yeah, I think that Ron got a bit of hate from Kirk on the show.
Yeah,
he said he's a show hater now or whatever.
Mm.
And then I think just the BBR network was getting a bit of shit. So I think he stepped away, and I think the network's dead. I think the network's coming back. I don't think you have to worry about that. He did a test show yesterday or whatever, but
yeah, a little. I really enjoy just that format right there for him works perfect. Take the questions, do the show, and then if something's good, he like with that Mama K thing. I know it's me, but in general, anything like that's going on, he can sit and react to is really good.
Right.
Like that is tailor-made for him, I think. He doesn't need to overthink this, and what I love mostly about Ron, to be quite honest, unlike other people, he doesn't really worry about what Kirk's opinion is. Like you can't say the same for some of these guys, right? So like, I love Pat Ford, he knows, but Kirk has molded him to what he wants him to be. John Warren's another one who I love, but these guys don't really have their own brains in the sense of the world. Like Ron doesn't care in that sense. He's like, I'm just going to do what I want to do because it's like, why the fuck would I worry about what you really think? Like if I don't get on the show again, I don't get on the show again. He goes, he plays basketball, did a great job. He's always been, Kirk's never been, until basketball, he kind of was down on Ron a lot. But I think that's his strength, is having his own brain and his own voice and not being controlled by the master puppeteer, you know. And it's not easy because it's hard, because you go in there and you want to keep going in, and there's kind of rules that you got to kind of follow, you know.
For sure. He gets addicted to being involved, but
that's right.
You just check his Twitter or whatever. I don't think he cares. Obviously he cares, he watches every show or whatever, but it's not, he's not fucking mental about it. So
no,
he'll be back. It's not a make Fuss Daddy thing. He's gonna be back.
Yeah, Fuss Daddy's still gone, huh? I'd like to get him.
Every couple of weeks, you see him in the live chats.
Yeah,
Every couple of weeks, you see his name pop up, and you go, "All right, there he is."
He just needed a break, huh? I mean, I think that's what. I don't think it's the moving or any of that shit. I think it's just like complete. Like, I just need a break.
Big break, though. Big break.
Yeah, give him credit. Actually, I mean, I couldn't do it. Good for him. So, I guess we'll get into it. I saw a couple tweets yesterday from Justin and Mick going back at it. I've been making a little critical of Mick. I think there's a lot of points to be made where I haven't know, did BAP come out yet? I didn't see today. I haven't really looked, but you went away. I think it's important that you put something out. I mean, he's not that he's incapable of doing it. He isn't. He's talented. I love Mick. But if you're gonna run and you're gonna talk big, you know, just put out something first. Get it all out there. We don't know the whole story yet, Mick. We're still waiting for why you've walked off set again. And you know, I know they want to talk about it. He's not like Freddie, Luke. He's a lot like Steve from Gloucester. It's different, but it's a lot the same kind of thing.
Totally different.
Yeah. So they kind of operate. You know, Mick is just a more talented person, I think. So
right. He's better and funnier. Obviously,
he's better. You know, but I just can't. I can't grasp this guy. I want him to succeed so bad. I know this doesn't really work that way. Just put out the fucking episode and get it all on the table. I'm starting to wonder if there's anything even there. It's just bullshit. You know, this is all just a fucking act. You're not really mad at the guy. Because if we don't get the info, how are we ever going to really know? You keep taking shots back at him. So you obviously got something there. It's funny. I enjoy it. But put the episode out and lay it on the fucking table so we can hear what we're dealing with here, right?
If you weren't really in this world, you would see all these tweets and go, "This is a man who is dying on the inside. He's a fucking mess." But do you buy into that, or is this just a big Mick bit? Like I think Justin fell for the bit in these last few tweets and tweets back. Justin tweeted posted all the old tweets that Mick did.
Yeah.
This is a long running bit, right?
I
Justin in all this, but
I don't know. When he left that day, Justin seemed kind of angry. He's like, "You're a bitch." I was like, "Whoa," seemed a little fired up. But I don't know. It's like obviously the inevitable is going to happen. He's going to be back in studio, and that's kind of like.
Right.
But we've seen this with Mick. When Mick is great, you know, I don't know who said it. I don't know if it might have been Menners or maybe it was Menners. That he really is kind of driven by his feuds. You know what I mean? Like that's not the right way to say it. He needs to have some kind of attack to produce content. He needs to fight.
You're right. That is the right way to say it. That's exactly what it is.
So he just kind of, if he doesn't do that, he comes in. He just has to find his way. I'm not saying like even when he's kind of meek, I just enjoy him on the show because I think Mick's. I just enjoy the character of Mick. But if you're gonna come back, you've got to get the story. Just give us the story. I don't
like him. I don't like him when he's meek because he
I know.
Nothing. And the only interesting thing is when he talks about himself, which often derails the show. But that's the big reason I didn't want him to become producer because I figured we wouldn't get combative Mick. It'd be subdued Mick. This is the Mick I like. And again, the thing I worry about is he fucking gone crazy. Like when he posted that tweet about his cousin kicking him out of the house, I was like, oh fuck! Like this guy needs to be locked up. And
it's nuts. Crazy. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, the girl was going to eventually push him out, but well, I will say this. So I think this is a valid criticism to the producers. They bring these guys in a little too much. You're asking Mick a lot. If you're having him in every week, you're asking a lot for him to go in and have a flip out attack every week. It's not easy. Like, it's hard to go in there and bring that energy there every single, like, that's why I think for him, the producer role kind of, I don't want to say exposes him, but it's like, it's just not his thing. He's good. And I think his show is what he should stick to them and go on Kirk's show, do that, but also just keep running your podcast. I don't think you should produce, Mick. I don't think that's for him. I think he's, like you said, he's a content creator. He needs to focus on just coming up with, he had some ideas, run those ideas, just fucking do them. Don't wait around.
He's a talented
broadcaster. Don't think about it. Just go for it. Just go for it, Mick. People will enjoy it. You get good reaction. You've come past the threshold. So now you're at the place where you can create and people will watch. I just think like they gotta find the role for this guy to fit perfect. And it's you can't run off the shows, You just can't do it and not explain yourself because he hasn't explained it.
Yeah, and went into mental time. Why do you think it is that he doesn't just do that? Why doesn't he just put out a show? What is he scared?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Is it's that deep rooted like insecurity of some sort or something where like he just doesn't. I don't think he really believes in himself, and that's a killer. It's a killer if it's sad to watch because I think if he puts it all together, he's actually, I mean. He's a talented guy. He just is. Right. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't agree with that. They hate him, but you're not looking at the big picture, I guess. I don't know. I look at him and
I think he clearly has bipolar disorder or something.
Something.
Like he
up and down.
He can deal with all the criticism. Like he posts all this shit. He runs with the narrative. He loves it. He fucking loves the hate. And then next minute he goes on mental time. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
No, I would love to get him on here and just ask those questions. I mean, nobody really asks him these questions. I don't know. Maybe he won't answer them. Maybe he's dodging. I don't know. But direct questions need to be asked. It's like, why aren't you putting out the content? Why aren't you answering to why you hate Justin so much? Like, none of it makes any sense. It seems very mundane. Like, just the things he was mad about are very like, oh, he said something about his girlfriend. Like, you've had your girlfriend on the show. Like,
that's crazy. That was crazy.
You can't have it both ways, So when you bring that stuff in, it's open game. I'm sorry, and it wasn't even your girlfriend anymore. So it's like it's not. I don't know. I just don't believe those are the reasons, So what overall, like, what are you thinking about Collinane's reinsurgence into the show? I was happy the other day. I got a nice like from Nurse Kim. That was exciting.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I think his head is fully. You think his head's fully into the show? I know they were talking about that yesterday, or I don't know. He's doing a good job.
That was Fax's big takeaway, and that I agree fully. That oh no.
Well, I take it back now.
It seems like he's not fully back in yet. Like he's got his hand in too many pies, or whatever the expression is.
Yeah.
That's kind of his big downfall is he's a bit of an airhead. So I don't know if he can, unless he fully disavows everything else. I don't know if he can be fully invested in the show. So
yeah,
I have my worries. I don't know. I'm nervous. They managed to do on yesterday's show. They managed to get through an hour and a half before they both said, "No, I haven't got anything else." So,
I couldn't. This is a glaring weakness for both of them. And also, like, it shows Coleman never ran out of anything, really, right?
No.
I mean, no. You know what I mean? So it's showing that people, I'm not saying they're not prepared. I'm not saying that. I mean, Dave comes with I'd say Dave's stories are a little better than Coleman's, I think. I mean, maybe less, but they're a little more relevant. But Dave understands, I guess, the show more than Coleman did. So I think Coleman would have grasped on, but it's a weakness for those guys.
It's different, though, because Coleman.
He went to the first show back here. He's like, I guess we got to take calls. That's how little they had.
That's what made me so nervous yesterday.
It's a red flag,
Let's take some calls.
Yeah.
While
I
went, fuck, this reminds me of, June of 23, where
exactly. Every show was called, right? Yeah, 4 stories. And I mean, the Kirk let him get away with it. So, I mean, that's on him. But I don't know. So, do you think obviously surviving is going to be heating up, and I saw Meners. wanted wanted the Minifans to get some clips from the show and post them out there, and he taking shots at Jeff D'Lo. I find it really funny because Jeff is trying to repair the relationship, and man is like, you know what, fuck you, fuck this guy over, yeah. That's man. He said he's a self-proclaimed asshole. So, and I like him. I think he's got a real soft side, especially with the women. I think he's got that.
Unbelievable.
I think he's charming. He's got that charm.
It's all bluster. It's all hot air.
So he blocked Dan Katz. So obviously, I think we know Kirk didn't win, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't like. There were a couple of spoilers, maybe whatever. I don't even want to listen to them. I just want to wait for the show. I don't want any. So I'm just not buying into this at all. And Kirk's a great, sure they're spoilers.
Showman.
He's great at fucking lying about this shit.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know why anybody would believe anything. I do think someone will clip all those bits. And sorry, I know your new girlfriend's there.
No, it's my daughter. Hold on. What do you want? I know. Want to say hi to Jackson? Yeah.
Hello.
From Australia.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
It's morning over here.
Yeah. So it should be. I love the first season. I thought it was like really, just gripping. Great content for anything, even if it was any show and any network, anything. I thought it was great. They said this one looked better. I'm excited.
It's gonna be unbelievable. Yeah. My question is, where's it being platformed?
Where's it? So last time it was YouTube. Go ahead.
Yeah, but this is why they signed the Rumble deal.
That's true.
This is what caused the Rumble deal. So
that's right.
Surely,
so they haven't really announced it, or they have no answers, right?
No. So
yeah,
I guess I'm not. I don't fully engage on Twitter all the time, so I thought I might have missed it. I've been asking everybody. Nobody has an answer, so I guess they haven't announced it anyway. But yeah, I don't know, because I just don't think they can do and I don't know how much money they make off Rumble, but I just don't think they can do the pay-per-view thing, because they lost a lot of viewers.
YouTube is the best place. I mean, it's the best way to do it. The only reason last time I had that problem was because of the situation, right? So they took it off, but is it not able to go back on YouTube? I don't know. Maybe there's some stuff in there they just can't put on YouTube,
Well, they put both the shows on they put every show on both platforms.
Yeah.
So I guess you probably imagine they would do that, and then maybe if YouTube, gives them a strike or whatever the fuck it is, demonetizes. Maybe that happens, but that's what I'm hoping for. I don't care where I watch it. I couldn't give a fuck. I just want to be able to watch it. All
right, I'm gonna get you out of here soon, but I do want to bring up one point, just so it's on the record. It's on the record that there was no drips again this week. What's going on? It's every other week now. I know. Pat's back at work. My favorite show, probably one of my favorite shows of anything that I listen to in any platform, any network, anything. It's very disappointing, John. You better than this. They got to figure out something, because every other week's not working. The show's too good to not be on every week. So, Pat last week was electric. It was awesome. He looked so healthy. I was hoping this was going to it was going to be a great run. I don't know what happened, but no, if I don't say anything, I'm a phony. So I had to say it. But I'm hoping any new shows that have caught your eye that you've enjoyed, anything new out there that you've been listening to on the networks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what have we got that's kind of new though? And the only thing, one thing and it goes back to the producers kind of stinking, is we're getting a lot of Justin bits. So that's kind of been taken over. I don't know if we've really got new shows, and I don't want to toot Menace, horn or whatever, but I think Menace is slowly killing John, killing him. Yeah, we're not getting Mike and the Minifans anymore, so I think that the show's struggling. I think somebody's going to get to the head.
It's not good. And then Mike and the Minifans has been just. Yep. I don't know. The Open Borders is gone. The Game with Gus is gone. What shows are coming out every week on that network right now? Like it's really kind of spotty.
Cinema Lords.
Cinema Lords. Yeah, actually, he's very consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts out like a couple a week, but I'm
he's good.
I'm on a movie guy. I don't watch that shit.
Neither do I. But
is there tension between Pat Ford and John Warren?
I don't think so. I just think I don't know what it is. I don't know if John's just working a lot and they just can't squeeze it in. I know. It's a grind, man. You know, I don't. That's what I always think about when Kirk does these 2-hour shows 3 times a week, and I'm like, wow, man. I just that's not for me. Like that's a lot of work. Like I mean, I know people they think they laugh at it's 6-8 hours.
You're doing this with a full-time job.
Well, I know, I understand that, but like even my full-time job to me feels easy. This doesn't feel easy to me. So maybe for Kirk, he just obviously feels easy.
We're just talking earlier about how this is a hobby and this is fun.
No, I know it is. I like it, but it doesn't come easy to me. You know what I mean? It's not something that's like I worry about just having awful episodes. So, you know, it must be nice to have like real talent where you don't have to worry about those things. You know, but it is a high level. For so long. Well, we're hoping for open borders to come back. Well, I guess we'll end with open borders. Luke, you haven't answered. He's bailed. He didn't give you an explanation. Didn't text you and let you know, DM whatever, and give you a real explanation. He's obviously something. Maybe it's not even you. Maybe he just has lost confidence, or who the fuck knows. But very odd. He's a weird guy who has something there that could be worked with and made into something. But he just won't let you do it. So, you know, he hates me, which is fine. Like I could never hate anybody here. I don't. You know, well, I shouldn't. There's a couple. I don't like Don the jeweler, but everybody else, I'm good with. Back, so. Fuck him. Stay behind your account and post your little tweets. You know, I'm not in it for the likes, Don. You know, it's the Pat Ford. These guys, they think their worth is like how many likes they get. I could care less. You know, it's. Coming on the air doing these shows is where you can make some real points, you know. So
right.
Until you do that, Don, you know, and you come on and take the mask off.
Wow.
And, you know, but yeah, he's good. He's good on Twitter. We know that he's great. He's fantastic on there, and I'll give him that.
But you're just saying he's a pussy.
I guess I don't want to go that far because I'm not saying I don't. Maybe there's real reasons he can't do it. I mean, he's told me some things. We've had some, you know, some decent DMs where he has. We've had some similar situations family wise, and you know. Okay. But the bottom line is like there's a little something missing when you just don't put your face out there, in my opinion. But that being said, he's still the best at what he does. You know, I mean, the Twitter account's very good. Got to give him that. He's obviously put in work. He's doing a good job, and he's good online. You know, and he's a good little shit stirrer. And but he's just an asshole. You know, he says things that get. You know, sometimes I think we're in a good place, and then he says things, and I'm like, man, this guy really is a fucking dick. And I know I'm sounding like Luke, but just for some reason with him, it just I don't know why it just hits me different. Maybe because I respect what he does, but it just does. But now he's okay. He's fine. I don't need to really, you know, yeah, whatever. Fuck you, Don. Anyway, all right, we're gonna let you go. Right. Good show. I hope. We'll hopefully might as well post this tomorrow. Right. 3 shows this week. 3 shows this week, I think, for the Kirk Minahan show. Yes. So maybe a 3 up, 3 down will come back next week. If we're not gonna. Andy Mayo said he'll come on after his abysmal performance. I mean, wow. I thought Ted was exactly right, though. I mean, he came on there, he really offered nothing. Like I asked him, I said, it was him
on the Minifandom.
Yeah, yeah. He just like he felt like a fish out of sea over there for some reason. I don't know why. What happened,
but he thinks he's the number 1 man, though.
He does. But I said to him, like he's lost his like. He's lost his like I said, hey, you can come on 3 up, 3 down. He's like, well, there's no shows. I'm like, yeah, but we can do something else, you know, like we can just pick a different topic and do it. And the other guy too, Ned Stark, was like, I don't want to do without shows. And these guys have lost their like, you know, they kind of like they need substance to put out content. And it's like, well, we can just come up with something fun just to do a show.
Yeah,
we can talk about anything. Who's a fuck,
right?
You know, so. Right. But next, I think the next show, hopefully we can get those 2 to commit. They said they'd come on, so I'll probably bring one on because I'll PRC me, him, and maybe those will be the next 2 guests. So we'll get back to that. We'll bring another one of these out. I got a few people I'm looking at bringing on. But good. Thank you for coming on, Jackson. I appreciate it. And that's going to be that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right.
Still recording or not?
No, you're right. It is. Sorry. Just haven't scrubbed that out.
I think also
Why is it still recording?